Good evening and welcome to the annual meeting of Redstone Federal Credit Union. We would like to introduce you to the executive staff, your volunteer board of directors, and committee members that successfully led your financial cooperative through the past year. Members of the executive staff are Mr. Joseph H. Newberry, Ms. Terry Bentley, Mr. Wayne Cisco, Ms. Jan Bias, Ms. Yvette M. Banks, Ms. Erica Gorman, Mr. Mike Rogers, Ms. Wendy Edmonds, Mr. Joel Gusky, Mr. Kevin Hall, Mr. Jonathan Kirby, Mr. Mike Panesi, Mr. Mitch Peters, Mr. Steven Simpson, Ms. Linda Smith, Ms. Mary H. Turner, Ms. Lisa Witt. The members of your volunteer board of directors at Redstone Federal Credit Union are Mr. Dave Hargrove, Mr. Charlie Miller, Mr. Richard L. Morris, Ms. Kathleen Leonard, Mr. Steve Fisher, Mr. William Andrews, Ms. Charlene Brueggemann, Mr. Terrence L. Clay Jr., Ms. Dawn Stanley. In addition, we have volunteer committee members who graciously give of their time to serve at Redstone Federal Credit Union. Your committee members are Ms. Linda Bryant, Ms. Sue Clark, Mr. Rick Korn, Mr. Paul Finley, Mr. Rick Hempstead, Mr. Samir Kakar, Mr. Willie Love, Mr. Craig Naudane, Ms. Georgia Fowlery. Thank you to all of our volunteers for your leadership, wisdom, and knowledge. Please join us as the national anthem is presented. Welcome to tonight's event, the 2021 annual meeting of Redstone Federal Credit Union. Please note that this webinar is being recorded and all participants are in watch and listen only mode. You will see the Q&A tool to submit any new business. You will also see the raise hand tool for motions and seconds. Polling will also be used. Now to preside over our annual meeting, please welcome the Chair of the Board of Directors of Redstone Federal Credit Union, Mr. Dave Hargrove.
Good evening. On behalf of your volunteer board of directors, welcome to the 2022 annual membership meeting of Redstone Federal Credit Union. Now I hereby call to order our 2022 annual meeting. Article 4, Section 5 of the bylaws specifies that 15 members shall constitute a quorum at an annual meeting, and I declare a quorum present, and I appoint Mr. Howard Grisham as parliamentarian for this annual meeting. He will oversee our rules of order and procedures for the evening. Copies of the minutes of the 2021 annual meeting, as well as our annual report, were sent via email to registered attendees prior to tonight's meeting. Our board secretary, Ms. Kathleen Leonard, is prepared to present the minutes from last year's meeting unless we have a motion to accept the minutes as written. And by using the raise hand feature on Zoom, do I have a motion to approve the minutes as well as all the reports printed in the 2021 annual report? I see we have a motion. Do we have a second? We do have a second. Now a poll will be sent out for a vote from the membership on the motion. You'll see that poll on your screen. Please select yes or no and then submit. And we'll pause momentarily and allow you to vote. The majority of attendees have responded. We'll now end the voting, and the results, as you see, are on the screen. The motion is carried. Thank you. And I will now yield the floor to First Vice Chair, Mr. Charlie Miller, who will conduct the election of the Board of Directors. Charlie?
Last July, the Board of Directors appointed a nominating committee to nominate 3 candidates for the year 2022 vacancies. The nominees chosen by the nominating committees are Mr. Dave Hargrove, Mr. Steve Fisher, Ms. Darren Stanley. In compliance with our bylaws requirements, the nominating committee filed its reports and notice was mailed to the membership in October that explained the procedures for nomination by petition, as well as other pertinent information. There were no nominations submitted by petitions. Since there were no nominees by petition, I hereby declare that the affordable mention nominees are elected by acclamation for 3-year terms. Congratulations to the 3 fine volunteers. I will now return the floor to Mr. Hargrove.
Thank you, Mr. Miller, and thank you. As Chair of the Board of Directors, we really appreciate your membership and the confidence you've placed in us. Thanks also to our volunteer board and committee members who oversee the fiduciary and regulatory responsibilities of our credit union. Their work has been especially instrumental over the past 2 years, as we were often challenged to pivot quickly and find new, better, and safer ways to serve you. We work alongside our excellent executive staff to plan and ensure that the proper systems and resources are in place and used effectively to protect and benefit the membership. As a financial cooperative, your credit union works best when we all work together. And whenever you utilize this cooperative, you make it stronger. You own it, and you have a say in how it operates. You elect the people who represent you on the board, and that's part of why we're here this evening. As we surpass $7.4 billion in assets and 650,000 members, we believe that the best is yet to come. And we want to hear your thoughts and suggestions on how we can continue to improve. We won't sit on these successes. We must continue advancing by implementing research, data, and expertise to improve the financial well-being of our members. Now, please join me in watching this short video from your credit union's president and CEO, Joe Newberry.
2021 was a busy year, and through it all, we worked hard to make sure that Redstone was your go-to source to make your busy life just a little more simple. Just a couple of months ago, we celebrated 70 years. Can you believe it? 7 decades is a long time, and we appreciate your confidence and trust in us for so long. Let's look at just a couple of numbers right quick. Redstone now has assets totaling $7.4 billion. Think about that for a second. That's a long way from those few $5 bills in a shoebox way back in 1950. And we love to see our membership grow too, now at more than 650,000. And we're excited to be adding new members every day. That growth brought other successes as well. Forbes named Redstone one of Alabama's best credit unions for the 2nd straight year, and Bauer Financial named Redstone a best Bauer credit union. by earning its highest rating in over 100 consecutive quarters. GoBankingRates.com named us again to the list of the top 100 best banks and credit unions. Even our Financial Friday TV segment earned the 2021 Lantern Award of Merit. And while we like hearing from the experts, we love hearing from the members more. Like Caleb Spearing, owner of Syndicate Design and Construction. He has his business and personal accounts at Redstone.
So right here we're opening a restaurant in our corporate offices, and inside of our restaurant we have a big mural painted of our motto: 2 relationships, forming new and strengthening old. And when I think of Redstone, that's what comes to mind, because every time I go into the branch, whether it's someone I've been working with for several years, or if it's a new teller that is there, there's an equal amount of help and encouragement. There's always a willingness to help.
Now, things aren't always rosy, and everyone has felt the impact of the pandemic. One of those things has been lower interest rates on savings. Banks and credit unions all over the country have felt this pinch, not just Redstone. But there's still so much good news. Even with savings rates a little sluggish, we're proud that our members continue to show confidence in the services that Redstone provides. We remain committed to offering deposit rates that exceed market averages. As we anticipate savings rates to begin rising soon, remember our Members' Choice CD allows you to increase the rate throughout the term of the CD, a major benefit in a rising rate environment. Just take a look at the housing market. People keep buying new homes, and Redstone is there for them every step of the way. For the second straight year, we ranked as the #1 lender for conventional mortgages in the Huntsville market, closing over $500 million in loans. Plus, our member satisfaction scores with our mortgage process remain above the industry average. One of our members said, "Redstone made this easier than I thought possible. You treated me as if I was one of your most important clients and a member of your family." Helping members like that is why we do what we do. In 2021, we launched a bunch of new online products and services to do just that. Appointment scheduling, expanded our call center hours, PAL 2 loans, a better alternative to payday loans, digital receipts through online banking, and even Medicare offered by Redstone Insurance Services. Early pay, giving those with direct deposit access to their money up to 2 days before payday. 2 new loan options, giving you access to home equity in as little as 5 days or less, and financing up to $250,000. And we expanded our student financial education program with new branches inside James Clemens High and Hazel Green High in Alabama, and Blackman High, the first student-run branch in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. Our student branches are so popular, one family has had 3 siblings working in the Decatur High School branch, all at different times.
I was the first brother to get into the program in junior year, and I saw it as a good opportunity to work while I was still in high school, since I had not yet had any job. Once I did, Satchel decided he wanted to start the tradition, I guess, and he ended up deciding to work. With the training that Redstone gives, you're not just going to be shoved into it. They're going to make sure that you're careful with what you're doing and that you understand it and that you're comfortable. Castor ended up getting into the program after Satchel graduated. He is the 3rd youngest. Hyatt, the last brother, he is still in middle school. He's still in 7th grade, so we're not sure whether or not he'll be in the program yet, but he's kind of got no choice at this point. What was best about it being a good first job, having an encouraging work environment, that's what made it really the best choice, I think.
That's just one of the ways we're giving back to our communities. Since its inception in 1996, our scholarship program has awarded more than $780,000 to deserving students. Schools can also earn money with their own Affinity debit card. We've already paid more than $500,000 to our Affinity partners. Our members have nearly $20 million in rebates, cash back, and reduced fees, along with promos and giveaways. Plus, members who take advantage of our insurance services on average save $550. It's all about being part of the community. In 2021, our financial education team worked with nearly 6,000 people in the community to help turn their financial dreams into reality. Our employees also spent countless hours volunteering with local organizations and collecting items for those in need.
The partnership with the Chamber and Redstone Federal Credit Union has been wonderful, especially during the time of the pandemic when they were able to partner together to actually pass out meals to local children. They actually were able to feed children who may have not had a meal that day. That partnership has made a wonderful difference to this community.
Community is so important, and we kept that in mind when we built our award-winning Twickenham Center downtown. Not just a convenient branch, but a place where people can come conduct business and gather as a community on this historic site. So we've been looking back. Now, let's look forward. What's ahead for 2022? We're rolling out contactless technology on our debit and credit cards, and soon you'll see on-demand video banking from Redstone Live. New branches are going to make our services more convenient for everyone. We just opened a new drive-through teller station in Hazel Green. There's a brand new location in Murfreesboro. A new Greenbrier branch will be right in the heart of an area that's getting busier every day. Plus, we'll be opening a new and improved Gunnersville branch. And our high school branches are growing too, with a new one in Riverdale High School in Murfreesboro. So even with all the challenges in the world these days, we can look back to 2021 as being a great year for Redstone. And we know that 2022 will be too. You can bet that it's not going to be boring. Thank you so much for being a member of Redstone Federal Credit Union. We appreciate you, and we look forward to serving you in many ways during 2022 and beyond.
Thank you for that overview, Joe. And now I'd like to turn the floor over to you live to address some new business this evening.
Today, attendees had the opportunity to submit questions prior to the meeting, as well at the beginning of this meeting this evening. We appreciate the valuable feedback our members provide. In fact, it's your feedback which makes us a better and stronger credit union. And while there is no new business to address this evening, you will have the opportunity to submit questions through a survey that will be sent out next week. Any questions submitted will be addressed personally by a member of our executive team. Thank you for putting your trust in Redstone. We are truly grateful for your membership and continued loyalty. And now I'll return the floor to Mr. Hargrove to conclude tonight's meeting.
Thank you, Joe. Thank you, everyone, for your attendance tonight. And as we end the meeting this evening, please watch your email for a survey about your experience at the annual meeting. We look forward to and appreciate that feedback. Do I have a motion to adjourn tonight's meeting? I see we have a motion. How about a second? And we have a second. Now a poll will be sent out for a vote from the membership on the motion. That poll will be on your screen. Select yes or no, again, then submit. And we'll pause to allow you to vote. Looks like the majority of attendees have responded. We'll now end the voting. Results are on the screen. The motion carries. And again, we appreciate and thank you for your membership. This meeting is now adjourned. Appreciate you attending. Have a safe evening.